and welcome. I'm Michelle Marchant Johnson with Love Life Coaching, and I'm here today with my lovely friend, fellow love and relationship coach, the amazing Valerie Greene. Welcome, Valerie.
Hey, Michelle. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you, Valerie. We just recorded an incredible interview with you for an upcoming event called Find the One in 21. And we're going to invite everybody to join us by clicking on the link below. But I want to give them just a little teaser, a little bit of a flavor for some of the things that we talked about in the main interview. And then to join us for that, you'll click on the link below. So Valerie, what is one thing that you commonly see that holds women back from having the love or relationship that they most deeply desire?
Yeah, that's such a great question. And in the interview, I share basically three mistakes and three solutions. But it really all boils down to the one mistake I see women making in a romantic relationship that kills a man's romantic feelings is to tell him what to do or to complain about what you're not getting, rather than really, because what I said in the interview is I like to think of a masculine man is the logistical leader of a relationship, right? You want him to make plans and organize things, right? So that we can just relax. But in order to inspire him to be that, then the feminine partner is the emotional leader. And so it's our responsibility, instead of being in our masculine energy and telling him what to do, because the masculine energy is about accomplishing things, creating results, doing, providing, analyzing and solving problems. And feminine energy is about learning how to go inward, to be able to fully feel our feelings, decipher what we desire underneath, which is a whole process in and of its own. But it's my favorite thing to do, is to help women to discover what it is that they want and what it provides for them, to let go of our attachment to looking a certain way, but to really be committed to having the experience that we want. So instead of, telling him to plan more dates, we would let him know what the last time he planned a date provided for us and how that made us feel, and that we want more of that and what would make that work for him. That is the number one key skill that we need to have as women, as feminine women that want to be with a masculine man, to inspire him to want to give us what we desire. And, I share in the interview why it's so important that we don't criticize men and make them wrong, and what that does to them. And then how it makes them step up and want to provide what you want when you do inspire him with your positive feelings and what you want to experience and what that provides for you. And so in the interview, we talk more about how to do that and some more examples. But I've just noticed that with all my clients, when I teach them how to communicate, to first of all shift into their feminine energy and then how to communicate in this way, two things will happen. Either the man that you're dating will step up and want to claim you so that no other man does, or if you're married, that you'll stop fighting and feel connected and intimate again. Or if you express your feelings in that way and he doesn't want to give it, it'll be clear that he's not a match. And it's only in learning how to express your desires in an inspiring way that you'll be clear if a man's right for you or not. And a lot of women come to me saying, he's not right for me. And it's because she's been making the mistakes that we talk about in the interview. And then when she starts, reprogramming the mistakes and being able to learn the skills to inspire him, then he steps up and becomes the man that he was in the beginning, and she falls back in love with him. So I think these skills and tools are just so important.
They're so important. I mean, I think it's maybe one of the very key skills that really can create intimacy and partnership in the way most people want it. I just want to ask you one other follow-up question that came to mind, Valerie, before we wrap here. And that is, why do you think that there is such a tendency for women to complain or to point out what a man's not doing or tell him what to do? Why do you think that so many of us, and because I think most of us as women could shift into that mode. Why do you think why do you think that's such a tendency for us?
Oh my God. I could talk for a long time about that. Because it's a tendency for me too. It's like I've had to retrain myself to speak in an inspiring way, but because it's worth it.
Yeah, me too. I've had to retrain myself too, because, I was the oldest child in a family of 6 kids, and, I was used to bossing everybody around. growing up.
Totally. And I mean, I think it really is because our society values masculine skills and not feminine skills. So that's what we've been taught in school and probably modeled from our parents, or we got modeling for what doesn't work, because that is how we learn about what love is. But yeah, I mean, our culture, especially in the Western world, it encourages us to tell people what to do, to want to achieve results, to be successful in an outward way rather than an inward way, which is experiencing fulfillment on the inside. And so we're really not taught how to do that because we still live in a culture that values masculine energy. You know, that's what we receive more money for, is accomplishing more. That's what we receive more accolades for and more respect for. And so, of course, that's what we're taught. And it really hasn't been, I mean, I think what Pat Allen in the 90s was like the first teacher that started talking about feminine energy. And,
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
and it hasn't been that long and it's still kind of a fringe teaching. And so it hasn't yet made it into the mainstream, but that's what we want to do, right?
That's right. That's right.
Because it works. I mean, because our ancestors, I think it's important to remember that, like, up until the 1950s, and in many places in the world, the purpose of marriage is still survival and procreation. You know, it's not inward fulfillment. And that's like marrying for love is a relatively recent phenomenon, the past couple hundred years only, that it's even been an idea. And I mean, obviously there have been romantics throughout the ages, but in terms of being a mainstream idea. And so we haven't really been taught the skills about how to experience fulfillment in a long-term relationship. Most of us just experience, you know, this infatuation where you think that he's the best thing ever. And then we're disappointed when he doesn't show up that way and it fizzles out and we don't know how to make it work, right? I mean, that's why I've dedicated my life to learning these skills, because it's just the most important thing for me to be fulfilled relationally and to feel connected to the people that I love, including my husband, of course. And that's why I've just dedicated my life to distilling what are the key skills that you need to have in order to make love work.
Yeah, yeah, so important, so powerful. And like we talked in our main interview, creates that win-win scenario where a woman gets to get more of her needs met and feel more fulfilled, and a man gets to feel good about what he's providing for her, gets that appreciation, that acknowledgement. And so it really creates a beautiful win-win scenario. So we have more about this and go deeper with this in Valerie's main interview on the event. So click on the link below and join us for Find the One in 21, because I know you're going to love it and you don't want to miss Valerie's full interview. Thank you so much, Valerie, for contributing and for being a part of this. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Michelle. This is just my, you know, the thing that I enjoy the most is sharing this information. So it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. And thanks everybody for watching, and be sure to click on the link to join us for the event. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.